All right. All right, friends. Welcome back to another month of our Fireside Chat, episode 19. I titled this one, The Return of the Teddy, because Teddy is freaking back to talk to you guys about Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Those of you not familiar with this show, this is a monthly show podcast where friends get together, have some drinks. They don't necessarily have to be alcoholic, and talk about the game. Now, if my fellow hosts would please introduce yourselves and let viewers know where they may find you.
I'm Rez. My drink tonight is water, but I decorated my water bottle a couple months ago. But I got a little too lit earlier off of White Claws because I hadn't had anything to eat yet. So having water now. I do DFFOO poll videos and just reaction videos in general. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube. I stream occasionally on Twitch and then Discord. And then this is Teddy, and he's the best bear in the world.
Oh, adorable.
My name is 40, the Broadway Saiyan. You guys can find me on YouTube, Discord, Twitch, and Twitter. Primarily streaming and doing content on DFFOO, although recently I've been doing a lot of retro games, specifically on the Sega Saturn. There's a lot of good JRPGs on the Sega Saturn, so if you guys want to catch me streaming that, it'll be on my Twitch channel. And I'm not drinking anything tonight. I forgot to go grab a bottle of water, but I think I'll be okay.
I got you, fam. I got water here. I got LaCroix in the little fridge. I got beer, IPA, your pick, fam. I got whiskey over there. I got like 3 types. So,
all prepared.
Yes, we prepared. And me and myself, Lids 87, primarily on Twitch right now. I did used to do a lot of YouTube content, but I kind of got burnt to a crisp doing that for a bit. So I am planning on making a return at some point. I don't know when. I gotta learn how to prioritize things, especially now with the baby on the way. So that's going to be interesting. So 40, I'm going to be contacting you at 3 a.m. for tips. All right, tips and advice. Yep. So your kids aren't going to be waking you up anymore. It's going to be Lids. All right. Like, hey, bro, what do I do? What do I do, man? NyQuil is out of the question. We can't do that. So. So, all right, friends. So again, welcome back to episode 19. Now, before we actually do get started with all of our wonderful Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, we did want to address something, and that is with one of our fellow hosts leaving the scene. So, Frez, if you could please take it away.
Yeah. So, it's actually poignant because this is 2 months ago exactly that he had to leave. So, most of you guys have probably seen the tribute video that I did for Jinli, but for those of you that didn't see it or that didn't see the community post that he made, essentially he very, very suddenly had to leave the community and cut contact with everyone. So nobody has any way of getting in touch with him. He hasn't signed into the game. I have no way of getting in touch with him, which has been tough since we talked every day. So yeah, we were trying to think about what would happen, especially since he left the same week that we did Fireside in March. It was the same day that he had just uploaded his own video of it. So it was, clearly a very last minute thing. But yeah, I think, we still want to continue Fireside. Obviously we miss Jin and his rants and everything, but I think he'd want us to continue it. We won't be having, a replacement because obviously nobody can replace Jin, so it'll be the 3 of us unless a miracle happens and Jin comes back at some point. But as far as I know, we will still be doing the show. It'll just definitely be a little less full because Jin's not here, but he's here in spirit. So yeah.
Yes. 40, would you like to add anything to that or no?
I miss him. He's a good bro. Helped me with some editing and stuff. We did our fun pull battles. He's still the godfather. It's his. I did not take it back from him. I don't care what anybody says. I know everyone's like 40's the OG. No, it's his. He can have it. And I just wish him well, wherever he's at. And I still do the orange gin reset on all my pulls in honor of him. I still do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I still do it. So, but yeah, I miss him. I miss him a lot. And like what Rez says, it's gonna feel, a little less full because he's made an impact, but he's here with us in spirit. So.
Yes, I agree with my fellow host. He was the pillar in the community. He was the pillar as a fellow host. Very, very knowledgeable about the game. Loved his rants about saving tickets. That was my favorite stuff all the time about his videos, his rant videos. But he will be missed. And if I had to call it, he's probably following his fans only career. I'm calling it right now. I know we used to mess around with it. We used to play with it. So keeping in positive spirits, that's what he's doing. So.
We missed you, Jen. Come back, please.
Okay.
Joke's over.
No, it's okay. All right, guys. So again, just please be respectful. That's all we ask. Now, that being said, it's been a little bit, just about like 2 months since we have done an episode. What have you guys been up to in the game? How has the past 2 months for you? Anything exciting happened in the game? Has it been slow? Has it been challenging? Please let me know. We got to catch up.
40, you want to go first?
Last 2 months has been pretty. I expected a lot of the content that came out to come out because I play JP. I think one of the things that I did differently was I greened Kieran, where I didn't do that originally on JP, and I actually found a lot of fun using him and a lot of value. He was probably my MVP for the last 2 months. I got a lot of the stuff off tickets. I did gem for Raijin and Pitied, but on the way I got Snow BT. But yeah, a lot of the content was just stuff that I pretty much expected. I had fun doing the 6 Warrior quest again. So yeah. I didn't do any weird combinations. I didn't have time for that because I've just been really busy with other things outside of content creation. But I would say my highlight is really enjoying a Kieran that's been greened because he's really good. He's super good. I think a lot of people undervalued him because he's just not as hyped out as some of the other characters. But I enjoyed using him for the most recent content. So, what about you, Rez?
Well, I've been having a blast with Tara, my girl. And then I think we haven't spoken since Zach came out. Zach was my very first burst pity. So I've been having a lot of fun with him. I decided to blue Rydia's armor and fully sphere her. So I've just been playing around with mainly like Tara, Rydia, and Cisne. That's my current party right now. And I've been having a lot of fun with them. Snow, who was my arch nemesis, finally gave me his LD on his, on that first banner that his LD came out on. I spent 720 tickets without getting his LD.
Oh,
that was in January, and that was also the last banner that I pulled a burst on. So I'm hoping that I can break this burst drought before Force era. It would be great to get Prish or Vincent. I am going to be gemming Lulu with lids. So yeah, but basically Tara. She's a queen. And Tara and Cisne is so much fun together. What about you, Lids?
Before I talk about my stuff, Rez, I have one very, very important question to ask you about the previous month. Tell me how deep you went in for Seymour. I know you pitied the dude. How deep did you go? We all know you love Seymour. It's everywhere, yes. Everywhere.
No, I pitied the LD. It's my secret. No, I completely skipped the banner. I did not even I just didn't even use any of my free pulls on that. Even when I had everything on the other banners that I needed, I still did not use my free my free dailies on that. So I'm glad that we didn't have a free pull on that either, because if I had gotten his LD on the free, like, fuck that. And I know a lot of people have asked me, like, okay, now his burst is out in JP, it has anima. It doesn't have, and I love anima, it doesn't have enough anima for me to justify going for him and seeing his fucking smug face the entire time, so he can get wrecked.
All right. What
forever.
if let me offer a suggestion. I don't know if this will work or not. What if you like put like a sticker right over where his face is on the screen? Would that justify
like the Seymour on fire sticker?
Yeah. What do you
the
think
sticker
that
would have
work?
to follow him the whole time. I'd have to just cover my phone in Seymour stickers.
We'll have to give it a shot to see if that does work out for you or not. So. Oh man, the past 2 months it's been crazy work and in game. Like luckily it's kind of like on the same page as 40. Like a lot of this content I already did on the JP side of the game. It's nice that I haven't been playing JP as much because a lot of the upcoming content is going to be brand new or like a first time for me. So that'll be fun. That'll be nice. Like the 6 warrior quest, I tried it with a different team just, for shits and giggles, but I just defaulted to what I use on JP. It was freaking Zach, Selfie, and I forgot who else. Garnett, I think. It might have been Garnett. Just stomped right through it. Wasn't no biggie, no big deal. Why struggle, right? And for some reason, the game decided to give me like all these LDs, like Leo, Kieran. I already had Bond, Seymour, Alpha Pro. Who else? I got Emps Burst off of a ticket, which I was very surprised and very hyped up. So I was tempted to green them, but I know we have a few upcoming greens that I'd rather go over the Emperor or David Bowie. Cisne was fine, but for some reason the game didn't want to give me Raijin. The game was like, no, Lids, you're done with the LDs, so screw you. No Raijin for you. And we got to save up for them tickets because I definitely want to go for Precious LD. And hopefully during our pull battle, I'm going to come out victorious with that burst and LD on the first multi-draw. So... yes, I'm really hoping to pick up some of the Precious LD on the upcoming stuff. But Cisne did end up buying her costume. Did you guys buy her costume, her beach costume?
Fuck yes.
Yeah? 40?
Absolutely.
I did not. I actually think she's a lot more attractive with that professional look.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like
she looks great
like,
in both.
Yeah,
but to have the option.
Because I don't know. She's more like the pretty girl next door and looks better with the suit for me. Okay. Whereas Tifa, if Tifa had the swimsuit, then
oh my god, please. Please.
I think we'd go broke for that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, stop. Don't give me ideas because now we're going to start petitioning for a Tifa beach costume. Just beach costumes in general. Would you guys be happy with these kind of like off game types of costumes? Kind of like how some of these others games have like seasonal costumes. Like obviously we have like, shorts, but
give me non-canon seasonal costumes, please. Like Faye does it, Crestoria did it, RIP. And it was just also fun to imagine, the characters in those situations, and I think it's fun.
40. Who would be, if you could think of someone off the top of your head right now, who would be your one non-canon seasonal costume that you would love for one of these units to receive?
Non-canon? So
I'm just following Rez's lead here. Non-canon. Just a random costume. What would you like to see them in on a beach? Santa, whatever these like Crestoria did. Christmas Red 13.
I'd like to see Rydia in a Turk outfit. I think she'd rock it.
Ooh, that would be very cool.
I think she'd rock it.
That'd be dope.
Senator Tifa.
Oh, let's go.
Senator
Good callback. Good callback.
That's gonna be fascinating. I think we would definitely simp for that, like pretty damn hard.
Oh yeah.
How about one? I guess this is kind of in canon in a way, but the cross-dress Cloud. That's just one of the costumes that I've always wanted in this game.
Dress Cloud.
Oh, please. A lot of people will buy that.
Honeybee in Cloud.
Yeah, that would be dope. And then what's their name? Andrea?
Yeah,
Andrea, they
Andrea.
just come in and then the burst is Cloud pops in, they start dancing. Bro,
Oh my god! And then there's Aerith thirsting after in the
just
background. Yeah.
clapping. That'd be awesome. Swimsuit Barrett. I know what 40 likes now. Oh, he did. Oh no, he had a sailor costume in the game.
He did have a sailor
It
costume.
was a sailor costume, but that's different. Swimsuit Barrett. All right, let's go ahead with that. That'd be awesome, honestly. So, Square Enix, if you're hearing us, the fans would love this kind of stuff. So, if you could please implement it, that'd be awesome. Another great
Aerith
way.
in Tifa's outfit and Tifa in Aerith's outfit.
Ooh,
A swap.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so we'll see if they do end up giving those in the near future. That'd be pretty nice. So. All right, guys. Now, we did have a Square Enix community live stream a few days ago on Monday where they talked about some upcoming content. One of the more, let's call it debatable or hot topic we will be discussing later on in the show, and that's going to be the multi-ticket draw, which is a global first. But there's going to be a campaign coming up where it's essentially their 10 million download campaign. Good job, everybody. This is great. It's nice to see that the game has reached the 10 million milestone, so hopefully many more to come. And with that, we are going to be getting 10,000 gems, 200 draw tickets. Stack that on top of the Divine Bahamut, right? Resources, so that's going to be that's 50k total with, what is that? Liz knows math here. 600 tickets? 50k, 10, yeah, 600 tickets. So that's a big increase to your resources. Yep. And the Force era. Now, all right, I did listen to myself. How do you guys say Bahamut? I don't know.
I say Bahamut.
Bahamut?
Bahamut.
I always say Bahamut.
Bahamut?
That's how I grew up with that, yeah.
Am I saying it weird? I don't know where I heard Bahamut.
I think it's whatever, you know, it's whatever you want it to be.
Bajamut? We'll just call it Bajamut. Benji. Can we call him Benji?
Benji!
Benji. There you go.
All right, guys, so we are going to be getting Divine Benji in the tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. I guess depending on your time zone, but it should be in approximately, it's 9 o'clock, so 24 hours from now, less than 24 hours now. So, and with that, we are going to be getting Prish and Yuna's Burst. Prish, oh my gosh, I know there's a lot of players that are very excited for Prish. Essentially, she's going to give your party members more brave hits. It's going to be beautiful. Tuna, we already know with the Tuna, she has wonderful auras built into her kit. Are either my hosts going to green or chase any of these units?
I'm going to be greening Yuna for sure. Prish, it would be nice to get her LD. I'm glad she's like finally getting a chance to shine. Like, I remember using her back in the 35 CP era days, and she was like a queen at Brave Shaving, and she's, you know, back at that again. I'm like low on tickets. A lot of, you know, I've either been very lucky with tickets or like very unlucky with tickets lately, like in the, you know, 300 to 400 to 500 realm. So I am holding on to my tickets. And so what I think I'm going to do is, you know, Gem Lulu, if I happen to get Prish's Burst on there, then I will try getting her LB. But I mean, I would love to get it.
Okay.
But I don't know if I can like go in on it with tickets yet.
Fair enough. Respectable. How about yourself? What are you going to green the Tuna and or are you going to chase after the Prish?
I want Prish LD, but honestly, solely for the farming, just to make my life easier with the farming. I actually don't have any plans to get the burst unless it appears on, like, you know, on my way to get something else. And I am gonna green Yuna. I've been enjoying my supports a whole lot more, so I'm gonna be greening Yuna all the way. And Yuna later on, you know, gets Force, so I'm definitely investing in her.
Oh, that's right. She gets the Force where essentially...
On Seymour's batch.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yep. So good luck with that one, Rez. I cannot wait to see that poll video. It's going to be very exciting. She's going to like chuck her phone out the window or something. It's going to be wonderful. It'll be great. She's going to get the burst right before the Force weapon. So... but me, oh yeah, I think I wasn't going to Green, the tuna. I mean, Garnet has been rocking it for me personally. Garnet is Garnet. She's been awesome. She's been great. But I mean, it's rocking out the tuna with the wedding costume. It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful, and just seeing that green with the blue armor. I think I might do. I got the extra resources, but I know I have to be careful, especially if I get Prish during Rez's and I pull battle. Remember that, guys. Please let us know who you want to win. But I am hoping I do pick up Prish's LD. I'm planning to throw a bunch of tickets on the actual banner and then hopefully pick up the burst either then or when duking it out with Rez for the goth waifu known as the Lulu.
Yes.
And we'll see where we go from there, because again, just we got Vincent upcoming, right? He's our favorite vampire, Final Fantasy VII vampire, and then we have the one and only Stripperoth, my favorite villain. So what's 40? Wait, why is 40 reacting? What's going on? I need to know. I need to go back.
It's Blobz' comment in chat. It's
What the fuck? I think I mistake animal for animal. Oh dear. What the
Oh my
hell?
God.
Well then. But so now thinking about the tuna. Now I know we just mentioned that or was brought up that she is going to be getting a force weapon later down the line. Now, random question out of the blue. If, let's say from a planning point of view, do you guys believe a player should chase Yuna now or wait until she gets her force weapon? Because how they're treating it now on the JP side of the game, 40, correct me if I'm wrong, all right? I don't go in there as much as I used to, is that now they're featuring a unit's force weapon with a brand new burst, and then there's a secondary banner that has that unit's force weapon along with their burst. So in this instance, it would be Seymour's burst, Yuna's force, and the other banner would be Yuna's force and her burst weapon, right?
The banner that has Eunice force and not Seymour burst.
I think I need 40 to correct me if I'm wrong, or it might be yours, because that's how I've been seeing them lately. Liz doesn't go as much into JP right now.
I need to.
Yes, someone sings yes.
I would have to look it up, but it looks like chat's confirming it for me. I don't keep it in my memory banks, but okay, then yeah, chat's confirming it for me.
Okay, thank you.
That'd be really dumb of me to do that, but
wait, are you intentionally gonna skip out on the Seymour banner for the other one? For the force?
No, I mean I'll probably still pull on the Seymour one and then just not use him if I get anything.
Okay.
It would make it even more tragic for him because he's still sitting in. I have his EX purple because of Terra's. Like I gave his spear to Terra. He's still sitting in my barracks with a 1-star staff and 1-star armor.
Okay.
Dang.
I wouldn't be surprised if you literally just went to the Yuna burst banner to chase her force and don't give a shit about Seymour, like legit. So. Well, I mean, all right. Circling back to the question from a planning point of view, how do you guys feel about that, especially for like newer players coming into the game?
Well, I think for newer players, Yuna would be very valuable to have, because that's assuming depending on how new they are and when they started with the game. So that's assuming they don't have characters such as Ramza, Kieran, Garnet, who provide that HP damage cap up, which is, we all know how powerful that is. And Yuna has that in her kit, and she's a really powerful support unit. Her actual burst finisher does a lot of damage. So I personally think if you are a newish player, going for Yuna would be pretty beneficial. I would personally try at least. If you're like a veteran and you don't have her, probably not. It's because most veterans already have some of the upper tier meta units that provide that for your entire party. So you could safely not invest and potentially just wait until Yuna comes back with FR and her BT. But that's my take on it.
Okay.
What about you, Riz?
I agree. I think, if anything, anybody that has burst and would want to green her, like, already has her stuff already, unless they happen to join afterwards. And in that case, unless Yuna's a fave and you don't have any of those other bursts that you mentioned in the roster, you're probably good to wait until her force. But she is fantastic.
Oh yeah, she's great.
I'll be greening her.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, great support type unit. Great. She's got everything built into her kit, which I love. And the wedding dress, buy the damn wedding dress. But I've always been a player to recommend if like just kind of see the long term. If you're going to be chasing a force weapon, that we just don't know. And I would say this advice applies to just about any unit that has a force weapon, depending on the situation. Except Tidus, because he's just broken at all points in time whenever he gets something new. That someone at Square loves Tidus for some reason. But I would say definitely like wait if you're going to be chasing the force weapon, because you never know, because now with the pity force weapons being at 400 G tokens, the burst weapon at 500, you don't happen to pick them up, then what? You know, it's part of our RNG. So that's where my head typically lies when it comes to units and their force weapons. And it is confirmed now. It is confirmed that Bartz is Yojimbo. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Because of the animation.
Because of the animation. Those that have not seen it, that are familiar with Final Fantasy X, the force animation is Tuna. Did she throw money up or something? Or she hands money? I forget. She chucks
something with money.
Something with money at Bartz, and then Yojimbo's sword comes out from the sky, and Bartz essentially becomes Yojimbo. So it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. That's probably one of my favorite force animations to date. So, all right, guys. Now, who do we have? Not that many exciting units for the rest of this month. I know there's going to be the awesome pull battle on the Shulk Lost chapter, and Lulu going to be getting her LD. So again, guys, be sure to check out those videos when they do come out. 40. Are you going to be chasing for either or? Do you have them already for Shulk and Lulu by chance?
I have Shulk, and I know both these characters get a rework in a C90. Lulu is cool, but as like I think she's cool and awesome, but I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna go for her. I'm sorry, Rez. I know you like Lulu.
It's okay. Just pass all your Lulu LD luck to both of us.
That's what I'll do, because I know that I think we had a pull battle for Lulu.
We did for her EX like 2 years ago, way back in the day.
You cheated on me. Nope, we're done. We're done. No, that's it. Yeah. Gosh damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be passing on Lulu, and I already have Shulk.
Respect.
If anything, I'm interested in the
Shulk's banner totally, so it's a good banner for me.
Okay. Fine.
Sorry, Forty, go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay, because I was gonna mention Sice, because I'm super interested in her.
Go ahead. Look.
Yeah. I think she's a lot of fun. The cool thing about her is, I think if you use her as a call and you drop the debuff, the traps will trigger, because the way that her trap functions is, as long as the debuff is present, it activates like after every field turn. And I'm not sure, is she really being compared to Cisne? I see something here about a worse Cisne.
Oh, she's a horrible Cisne. You know me and my hot takes.
Because I'm like, one's a trap, the other one needs the character on there to actually trigger the off turn. Like, totally different. But she's fun. She's a lot of fun. And shout outs to BC, or Black Nero, because he actually used her in a few Shinryus. Because in Shinryu era, a little bit of preparation here to prep you guys. Off turn damage is super valuable. Off-turn damage is incredibly valuable because it scales with the force gauge. The higher the force gauge, the more damage you do in general, and that applies to off-turn damage. So I firmly think that Sice is a character with off-turn, with the traps that can definitely amp up your damage overall. So, yeah, Sice I'm definitely gunning for. Lulu, probably going to be passing.
Okay.
What about you, Rez?
Fair enough.
I deliberately skipped Shulk LD when she came out originally. 1, because I needed to focus on rebuilding my tickets, and 2, because I knew that I would be gemming her last chapter banner, because that's when Lulu LD would be coming out. So it's a very good value banner for me. I'm probably gonna skip Sice, and yeah, are we talking about Vincent's cycle yet, or just Priscia's cycle?
We can talk about Vincent. We can talk whoever we want about. Yeah, we can talk about Vincent.
Yeah, for Vincent's cycle, I still gotta decide. It'll depend on how my tickets look in terms of going for. I'll probably end up gemming Realm just because it's FF6, and I've always loved Realm's kit. It's so much fun. And she would be the only. She's like, I couldn't move forward in the game knowing that like she would be the only FF6 character whose LD I was missing. But I also really love Edge's mechanic, but Yeah, I just have to see how my tickets look at that point, since I need to rebuild them, since they are the lowest that they have been in several months.
Yeah, I think after Prish, I'm gonna be like at 300 tickets, so that's no bueno.
Yeah,
So,
not ideal.
well, with the campaign and with Divine Bahamut, you should be up there, so that'll definitely help out.
Thanks, game.
Yes, thank you for the to the players. Truthfully, thanks for all the downloads and keep it going, guys, for sure.
Heck yeah.
Let's see. Size for me, she's a maybe. Like I said, she's the worst Cisne. Fody, don't at me, bro. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh dear. I'll throw some tickets for her. If I get here all day, I'll build her up. Why not? Any form of off-turn damage is always appreciated, especially in the Shinryu era. I know. Speaking of Shinryu, I know I've seen Sice. I've seen, we all know Cisne is great for the Shinryu era, and Shulk. Although I do have her, so I'm literally only going for Lulu's LD there. I know I have seen Shulk being ran at the beginning of the Shinryu era by some JP players. I think it was her with Freya and I think Kane. Not without the Force too, just off-turn damage, and with the friend support Kane. They just made it work. So if you guys want to pick her up for that reason alone, feel free. If you don't have any units that, I guess, go back to back to take advantage of some of these other units that can do off-turn damage when they're off the screen, again, like both Kane and Freya, by all means, it has been done. But and then after that, who do we have? Vincent. Oh my gosh, Vincent. Yes, I am going to token his burst. It's just great. He was our global first LD. I greened him on the JP side of the game. I'm going to green him on the
Heck yeah.
JP side of the game, global side of the game. I am going to green him. And he comes with an interesting mechanic with his burst effect, where it's that the enemies aren't able to essentially buff themselves. So while the burst effect is active, he literally just stops it, which is going to come in handy with the next Dimensions in Transcendence 9, where we go up against the steroid chickens. Legit, like these things look like steroid chickens. It's got like a little chicken hand that like swole as hell. 40 knows. He's seen them.
Thanks, I hate it.
He's fought them.
I hate that.
It's a dragging fight, but Vincent will make your life easier.
Oh my! It's a long one. They're beefy as shit, and
I'm so excited for Vincent.
Right? And I do believe their mechanics. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's been so long. It's been so long since I've done it, and I think their orb is whenever they grant themselves a buff, it goes down by 5. The counter. So that's where Vincent comes into play, stopping them from gaining any form of buffs. So, I mean, aside from that, just stack that on top of with his other forms of buffs, and he can really, hinder the enemies and their stats, which is beautiful. And alongside him, it's going to be, of course, our favorite villain of all time. I know it's everybody's favorite villain. It's going to be Stripperoth. He's going to be getting his burst plus. So, I see Rez pondering there.
Yes. I'm so excited. He'll be greened immediately. I'm so ready.
Sweet. How about yourself, 40? Are you going to green either of them? Do you care about them?
I'm going to green Vincent just because I used him a bit, and he's fun, and I just really like the character overall, and I just want my life to be easier for Transcendence 9 because, yeah, that fight can get really annoying, and I just want to take I'm going to be taking Kadaj with a Laguna RF Sphere, Garnet, and Vincent, and I'm going to obliterate TE9 and forget about it because it's an annoying fight. Yeah. So yeah, Vincent's getting my green.
I just remember that fight being they're beefy. At the time I had Vincent and Sephiroth on that team, and I was legit like running low on my abilities, which is rare nowadays in Opera Omnia. You're usually like you have plenty of skills left. I was like running on fumes. I was like, holy shit, I was able to do it, but that was crazy. But I know I have seen I think I've seen like one fight. 40, have you seen any other fights from other content creators? Let me know. But I've seen one fight where the player didn't even bring Vincent. They brought, as you mentioned, Kadaj, give him an E-sphere with a debuff, and that's, 3 gold frame debuffs on the enemies. It's just less slots for the enemies to buff themselves, and that was doable. I can't.
And Laguna was. I think Laguna was also used for that setup. I know what you're. I know what you're. I know the setup that you're talking about. I think Laguna was there and Kadaj was there because Laguna's burst effect has a gold debuff. So that's 4 gold debuffs total. And that's right.
Yes.
Sephiroth, Malachite. So that's 5 right there. So if you don't have Vincent, there are other options to make your life easier if you plan on passing on Vincent. I just want him just he's cool and easiest route to take. So
now, do you guys? All right, just weird random question. Do you guys both have Vincent's Turk costume?
Fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
He looks so good. He looks slick as fuck in that costume.
So which one do you guys like to equip, that Turk costume or the classic
Oh my
costume?
god, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Costume.
Am I the only one that goes
Go
with the
to
classic
work,
costume?
Vincent.
Oh dear. Hold on. I think Rez is drooling over here. Okay. I'll have to put it back on him. I don't know why. I just think he looks cooler in his standard, like, red caped vampire like costume. I mean, he looks dope with his Turk costume, but just
Where can I buy a phone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And I think we just about. Oh, so we got a few more. I guess the last 2 characters. I believe it's the last brand new LDs of the before the Force era, right? We're getting Edge, which is essentially 40's kid. He's in the game.
Yes,
great collaboration. He looks badass. The costume he's getting is pretty cool. And some other ranged DPS dude named King. He's from a game that pretty much has all the characters in here from Final Fantasy Type 0. I swear, or somebody at Square Enix, Omnia loves Type 0 because they're all in here. Yeah, it's crazy. But Edge, I actually had to look up what he did. Like, I looked up a video. He looks cool. What he has the capabilities to evade. He gets a new special effect over his head. Whenever he evades, he does off-turn damage, and it stacks up at 2, and he hits even harder, which is beautiful. 40, are you gonna go ham for the Edge?
Yes, and Edge is a character that ages well into the Shinryu era as well because of that off-turn damage. Any type of character, again, off-turn damage, or any characters that have tanking capabilities where they do some kind of like a counter attack that also deals damage. Edge is another one that he's a sleeper, and I definitely am going to go for him. And I personally recommend him to players who are on the fence about him to consider going for him. He's pretty good. He is pretty good. And King, I guess with King, I know that he gets memed on because he's the last LD, but you could use him for the very first Shinryu if you run him with Kane and Selfie, and then assuming that Kane has his force up, you could kind of fulfill the conditions. Yeah, but yeah, King is just he's your friendly neighborhood range DPS. But yeah, Edge is probably going to get my gems if I have enough gems. He's really good.
He seems really cool. King, how do you feel about King? That dude has just does the pew pew for days. That's it, right? Nothing grand, nothing.
It's just underwhelming.
It's just pew pew pew. That's it. With his LD,
underwhelming.
All right, so King, for the longest time, his whole thing was his rapid bullets plus. I believe it was his first ability. Pew pew damage. Second ability, essentially, he reloads his ability. He refills his usages for rapid bullets plus with his LD. You use it. He upgrades his. I believe it was his HP attack to like a brand new ability. More pew pews. He uses up uses of rapid bullets to use his upgraded HP attack. He does some nice damage. I think when I was seeing the video, it was like around like 700k damage, which isn't bad for a ranged attacker, but it's just, to me, he doesn't seem that exciting, truthfully.
It's just damage. 40, I have a question for you, though. For Edge, why would somebody want to go for, like, if they already have Shadow kitted out, is there a reason why they would want to go for Edge?
Well, Edge also provides evasion to your entire party as well, which is something that Shadow doesn't do. And the off-turn damage as well triggers. So let's say like your entire party has evade and there's an all-attack coming. That follow-up that he does will trigger. That counterattack will trigger. So think of it as more like kind of like, well, Galuf is a cover tank, but like that, like he evades
Except
and then he does
evading.
something. Yeah.
Dope. Okay,
So,
cool.
and Edge provokes as well. So
Aha, sir. So does Shadow.
he does.
But it's for one
Shadow
turn.
has no well,
it's for one turn. I think it's one turn with this brave attack on one enemy.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
No, Edge has the AoE provoke, so I'm just being a jerk here. No, he's, as 40 was saying, like he has some nice like utility in terms of protecting your party members. So his party wide evade, they're still keeping that only to his EX ability, and the LD introduces the special effect, and the animations look dope, which is nice. And correct me if I'm wrong, does he lower thunder resistance?
Yeah. He
Okay.
does.
Okay, I couldn't
Thunder
remember.
Empire.
Okay.
That's his new debuff.
Okay, cool. Just needed to double check. So he's going to be hitting that weakness damage, just allowing him to hit harder. So not bad. I might try for him, and if I get him, maybe I'll get the costume, because his new costume, it really does look dope.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think one more thing before we hop onto the main topic here is that we're going to be getting a global, is 40 corrected me, global exclusive, and that is going to be a boss rush. Now on the slide, the enemies on here, we're looking, it might be 3 waves. There's 3 main bosses on here. We got the big old machine gun scorpion looking thingy. We got Bahamut, and then we have the boss from Final Fantasy VIII that's on top of the tower that you must draw Siren from. I forget. Everett? That there. Yeah, so don't forget to draw Siren from the boss, okay? So it's gonna be interesting. I know this is a first. You guys think it'll be a challenge? This one is gonna have free multi-draws, which is nice. But, I mean, I do hope that they make it challenging. Do you guys have any high expectations for this? Just the standard stuff that we have been seeing?
I am personally excited because we've never seen it before on JP. So this could be another potential, Lufenia. It's Lufenia plus difficulty. So it gives players like another way to get creative, assuming that this is going to be another challenging Lufenia plus. Because let's face it, a majority of Lufenia plus recently has been pretty pew-pew, on to the next one. But there's been some that's been challenging, like the Sephiroth one actually had mechanics that you had to deal with, unless you had Zack. But I'm excited for this one because we have no foresight. We have no idea. We know what these bosses do, but we don't know how they're going to function in the setting of a boss rush that we've never seen before. So I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's great. Rez, what are your thoughts on it?
Excited. I haven't had a chance to use some of the characters that I've been wanting to use and the party comps that I've been wanting to use. So I'm excited to put together different team comps and do some experimenting.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait to bring Locke and Garnet yet again and just shit on the content, and it'll be beautiful. So easy game, easy life, guys.
I actually haven't been using Garnet like at all, and I want to be using Locke more. But I mean, there's only so much space right now. But right now, I want to be focusing on my girls, the beautiful girl party, which is Terra, Rydia, and Cisne right now.
Okay, that works out. Yeah, I feel like same. I haven't been. There's some fights where I will bring Garnet, but if I can like just not use her, I'll do that, and it'll just be fun. So. All right, friends, now we are going to be talking about our main topic tonight. But before I do say that, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask, and we will pull some of those questions so we can answer at the end of the show. All right.
I know some of you posted, sorry, just quickly. I know some of you posted in my Discord with questions. First of all, thank you very much. We are going to save those questions for next month because next month's Fireside is going to be fully focused on Force Era since it'll be right before Force Era happens. So we will save those questions for next time.
See, awesome. Hype, guys. Hype. I hope you guys have been saving your resources. All right, none of this Cisne, none of this Vincent crap. No, I hope you guys are ready. So
plan to stockpile those tickets.
Yep. So thank you, Square, for that 10 million rewards. All right, guys. So on the global side of the game. So to this date, I guess we call it global exclusive until the JP side of the game gets it. But we are going to be receiving a brand new resource to a problem that we currently have, and that resource and that solution is called the multi-draw ticket. So for those of you that have been living under a rock, a quick recap is that the both versions of the game, they have a cap, a gem cap, a paid gem cap. Was it 30K? 50? Oh my gosh, I already forgot.
300K.
300K. Thank you.
30.
Oh shit, we're screwed, guys. I've been living under a rock apparently. But yes, so once you reach that cap, you essentially cannot buy any of the current bundles, like the costume bundles, because they come with paid gems. You can't buy the Mog passes because they come with paid gems. So you're essentially locked. You can't buy them if you hit the cap. And the issue has been that with the current banners, this isn't like other games where they have paid banners and free gems banners. This game only has a single banner with single resource, and it pulls only from your free gems first, and you have to burn through those resources so you could finally touch upon your paid gems. Now, the solution here is to introduce a ticket, or they will be introducing a ticket tomorrow, correct me if I'm wrong, where you can convert your gems into a multi-draw ticket. So what these tickets are going to do is that they will take the place of your gems in a multi-draw. They're going to work the same exact way. All right. So instead of using 5K gems, it's going to be one multi-draw ticket. You can convert 5,000 of your gems into one multi-draw ticket, 10 multi-draw tickets into 50K gems. I know there was some viewers that couldn't do math. They were like, "Oh, that's a ripoff." Why? It's the same thing. They just multiplied it by 10. So what you're essentially going to have to do, if you're at the cap, you're going to have to convert all of your gems into multi-draw tickets. You're still going to get the G tokens. You're still going to get the 20 G tokens. Again, nothing else is changing. It's still going to be the same as if though pulling on a multi-draw or gem multi-draw. Now, 40, you're going to start off with this. Why are you calling it the NFT tickets? Talk to me.
No, this was a joke that was on the TCC server. Somebody there called it NF tickets, and I just thought it was freaking hilarious. Especially because a lot of game companies now are looking into that market. I still don't understand NFTs, and I don't think I ever will. But yeah, it's just funny that they called it that. So that's a meme term that's floating around about these multi tickets.
I remember seeing that. That was funny. Something to quick note that I did forget to mention is that when you do pull on a banner with these, it states on the slide that these will be used first before it starts dipping into your gems. Now, we don't know yet, or I don't know. If you guys know, feel free to let me know. If when you convert your gems, if it's gonna consume the free gems first. I'm assuming that's gonna
consuming the free gems first. It had it.
Yep.
I think they said it on the slide. It'll be consuming free gems first. So I'm still, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, Rez, how do we feel about this? Be honest. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you give two shits?
I think that this is evidence that this decision came from way top down, and it was our voices and the developers and community managers that were like, see, we told you this was a bad idea, but they're like, okay, well, you still have to implement this rule. And so they came up with the best solution that, would basically just be a cosmetic change for us. Because I think they knew that introducing paid banners would have had a bunch of backlash and stuff. And this kind of just solves the issue. It's literally just a cosmetic change. So I think that they did, the best that they could. It was honestly more than I was expecting. So I'm glad that, we'll be able to continue supporting the game. I'm glad that they listened to us and they took our feedback into consideration. Hopefully it gets implemented on the JP side soon, because as far as I know, there's no solution there at that point. On a more shallow note, I'm sad because I'm going to have to leave the Millionaires Club and go back down to, zero gems. But it'll be, besides the fact that I'll be sad to not be in the Millionaires Club, obviously I would rather this solution than not be able to buy Mog Pass and stuff. I'm going to really need to kind of convert how I think about my resources. Like right now I have a good idea of what place I'm in for gems. Like I need to start thinking of things in terms of those multi tickets and not in terms of gems. So like, okay, I have this many tickets. I'm in a good place entering Force Era right now or something. So I need to start thinking in terms of that rather than in terms of gems, which is, how I've been thinking for the past 4 years. So it'll take a little bit of adjusting, but I mean, I will absolutely take this over anything else. So thank you, Square. Thank you, developers. Thank you, community managers, and thank you, community, for making your voices heard in a respectful way. And I think we can consider this a victory for us. Absolutely.
Yay. 40.
What do you think, Lids?
Oh, okay. All right. Let me gather my thoughts here for a second. I personally don't mind it. It is going to be strange getting used to the multi-draw ticket. One thing that I thought of at first was like, oh, again, before I finished reading the damn slides, like, oh, this is going to be a great way for a player, to essentially save, like start saving, almost like a saving account, like start converting some of your gems into a multi-draw ticket. I kind of wish we could choose what to use first. And, start saving, like, say, for example, Luna Freya. Luna Freya, we're not familiar. She's going to come into the game later down the line. Let me say, as a player, I want to start saving for her. So I'm going to convert some of these gems, start stashing away multi-draw tickets, and only use gems, maybe on some random ass banners, and then save up enough multi-draw tickets for a pity. Unfortunately, this is the one thing I don't like. Unfortunately, it did state on the slide. So I don't know if that will change or not. We'll see how it goes going forward, that the multi-draw tickets are consumed first. So there goes the whole saving idea that I did have. But I mean, it's a way for us to convert our gems into tickets. It's still strange to me. I neither, at the moment, I'm still processing. I neither hate it nor love it, but having the capabilities to allow players to convert their gems into multi-draw tickets just so they could buy bundles again in the game, I think it's a wonderful solution.
The one thing that I hope they do is I hope they add it so that, like, it's in the UI the same way that gems are, because otherwise, like, if we have to, like, keep going to check what our main resource count is, like, kind of like what we have to do with tickets, like, I would prefer to have it be visible the way that gems are.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a different way of thinking and saving. It's like, hey, do I have enough gems? All right, hold on, let me do math. Let me bust up my calculator. All right, let me add my current gems with the multi-draw tickets, carry the 3, and that's what I end up with. So it's definitely going to be a change, but for the issue that was created, the issue that was here, again, I do believe it was a good solution instead of introducing like banners like paid gem banners where the rates are higher on those, because then I think the community would have been in an uproar about that. Then they'd be like, oh, pay to win, even though this game is very free to play friendly. It would have given them more fuel to that kind of fire, so to say.
Right.
40 fam, Fatal Fury, what do you think?
So I am for this solution. I don't view this, though, as a fix, because if they wanted to fix it, they would have just removed the gem cap, which is a problem that they caused in the first place. But I see this as like a good solution. It's a Band-Aid on a wound that they, inflicted on us. I think that it's good that they actually took our feedback into consideration. It just shows how powerful our community can be when we all rally together and express how unhappy we were about this particular situation. Because most gacha companies don't do that. And the fact that they did, it shows that they take us seriously and that they want to keep us around and they want our business. It is going to be an adjustment period. It is unfortunate that it does use your free gems first and not the paid gems. But at least now they give us a workaround so that if and when we ever come across a time where, like, let's say, for example, the FF7 remake Tifa costume, right? That I know everyone wants that costume. If you can't buy it for some reason, you're over the cap. It gives you a way to exchange your gems so that you can get, that item that you want to purchase. Or let's say, like, you can't buy a Mog Pass, for example. You now have an option to be able to be under that cap. So then that way you can still support the game. I still think, all in all, they should have just removed the cap, but this is better than nothing. And it's a win for us because they at least took our feedback into consideration. They did something about it. I just hope this actually comes to JP, because on JP I already hit the cap, so I've been using gems for my pulls. Because I don't think JP was as vocal about this as Global was. Global was very, very vocal about it with hashtag Stop the Cap. We had content creators from like other communities even making videos about this topic. It's a win overall. It's not a fix; it's a solution, but it is a win. I feel for us.
We'll see.
It's also a lot easier for us to save on like there are going to be more players that have more resources on global because we have foresight because of JP. Like DFFO is definitely the game where I have the most resources, and a big part of it is foresight. Like I very rarely have a ton of resources like in Fire Emblem Heroes or something because I have no foresight, and so everything that comes out is a shiny new toy. So I'm guessing that was also part of it, is that a lot of the players like might not even hit the cap because it's less realistic. Like at least it would be less realistic for me to like save that many resources if I didn't have foresight.
Sorry, I'm staring at a question. I don't know why that would change the RNG code when using tickets versus gems. If you're talking about the multi-draw tickets, it's literally the same. Yeah. There's going to be no change. There's going to be
it's just a cosmetic change.
Yeah, that's literally it. So it's going to be the exact same thing. The only difference is going to be the regular tickets. That's a different story. But for the multi-draw tickets, it's going to be the exact same thing as doing a gem multi-draw. So, okay. So I guess my next question would be, the next quality of life is, when are we going to get a 10 multi-draw ticket draw?
Just have each one open in its own mini section.
They've done 50 draws on the JP side, so why can't we do that?
That's true.
Just go crazy. Just make it's that much closer to the pity. So, oh man. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a change. It's going to be weird. I guess I don't have to do it yet. I know after Divine Bahamut, I am going to be joining the Millionaires Club for temporarily. I'm saying temporarily because of the pole battle. I'll probably drop down below again, but once I do hit the cap, it's going to be weird just converting everything into multi-draw tickets, but I mean, it'll be fine. Did both of you hit the cap on the global side of the game?
Oh yeah. I'm at like 434k paid gems or something, and like 750 acquired gems, so I'll be pressing that convert button, exchange button quite a bit.
Go ahead.
On the bright side, the gem cap for these multi tickets, someone did the math and I just did it again. It's a total of 4,995,000 gems that you have to use to be at the 999 multi-gem cap. And to my knowledge, I don't think anybody has that amount of gems unless they wailed super hard prior to the gem cap. So
and at that point, they still have their actual gem stash to keep the rest of it in.
Yeah.
And if they're free to play, I mean, they don't have to worry about that. Who do we know on global that has that many?
Well, there's that one JP player who has like 4. It was on Jin's video about the cap that has 4, but I think that person's a legit whale. Like they have
like a million.
Oh shit!
Paid gems or something.
Viewers, I know we were trying to figure it out. Does anybody know how much Soul has in terms of gems? 'Cause I know he has a lot. So
yeah, and he's like he's like almost completely free to play.
So yeah, if someone knows that, just let us know, because I'm very, very, very curious. So all right, friends, so that's what we have to say about the multi-draw tickets. That being said, friends, again, if you do happen to have any questions, please feel free to ask. And if my fellow hosts, if you spot something, please add it onto our sheets, as we are near the tail end of the show. Viewers, let us know what you guys think about the multi-draw tickets. Take it up to Twitter, ping us in Discord. Let us know your thoughts. Maybe not ping us in Discord all at once, because if you all ping me at 3 in the morning, I'm gonna be pissed. So, and that said, we addressed that earlier, fam. So
they probably joined late. I'll just
gotcha. Okay.
I'll link to my video or something.
Awesome. These questions that were pulled, those were the ones that you talked about, right, Rez? That were the Force-related questions?
Yeah, I think those are probably best kept for the for next month, since that'll be much more Force era focused.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, because next month it's going to be very hype, guys. It's going to be the last episode before the Force era starts. It's going to be the last month before the Force era, guys. So it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
And I do believe we will try to focus mainly on that. So if we do skip out on a few units next month, that's fine. But yeah, we definitely should focus on the Force era, just your polling thinking process, because it's going to be different with the new Gacha tier weapon. So
totally. I mean, I there's plenty that I would love to hear from you guys as JP players.
So, oh, here's one. DK. I'm assuming that this is in reference to all of the units, that now that all the last are accounted for, which is the best and the worst. Ooh,
for LD weapons.
LD weapons. Oh wow, that is quite the list. So the best LD unit in the game, I am going to say, is Barrett, and the worst is Garnet. 40. Who do you think?
That's a pretty hard question to answer, because there's so many characters. I mean, if I have to go off of LD alone, the worst LD weapon is probably Fujin. And then okay, there we go. Yeah, Blob just answered. The best one is Selfie. Selfie's debuff is broken, especially after they reworked it or whatever. That's broken. It's still used to this day in the Shinryu era. Selfie friend in Shinryu era is like one of your best friends to take. Like it's legit broken. I've never seen a debuff so broken. It was balanced when it actually decreased when enemies took a launch, but when they removed that, I was like, wow. So unless enemies are immune to launch, you're just launching them constantly, and launch damage also scales with the force gauge. So yeah, so best
FF Airlines,
best of Selfie, hands down.
I'm gonna be hot take lids here. I'm gonna say it's trash because enemies can cleanse debuffs. End of story. Done. Easy. Easy. See, I'm telling you.
Explain this.
Yeah, I did explain it right there. So that's right. I'm being realistic. I'm the realistic one here. So. Oh man. What's going on? I see a question here, but did we answer that already?
Yeah, it's still using acquired gems before paid gems.
Correct. Rez, who do you think is the worst and best? It could be realistic.
I mean, worst LD is Seymour, obviously, just by virtue of it being. No, I know that objectively his LD is really, really good, but like he can get wrecked. This episode will also be posted on 40's channel in a couple days with timestamps for anybody coming in late or for anybody that has missed it, which I don't know why I'm saying that, since they wouldn't hear it for me saying. It's like everybody who didn't make it off the ship say I. Like, yeah. For best LD, I mean, yeah, selfie is really fucking good. It's hard because like for so many of them, the LD is just, you know, part of their kit, and it's what like makes it's like that with a different buff from a different part of their kit that makes them amazing. So yeah, Saiyan LD call is best quality of life. I will say that. Best quality of life update in co-ops.
All right. Again, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask any Force-related questions. We will tackle next month, and if not, well, I don't know. I guess we get to go to sleep early.
Okay, we can tackle this one as the last question. Who has the most underrated and overrated LD? I like this one, but I need to think about it.
I would need to think about that one too.
Who has the most underrated, overrated? All right, so I am going to say the most overrated LD is Garnet. Obviously, they haven't fixed the animation even to a burst. Oh wait, but that's the burst. Never mind. All right, I'm done. My smart assness did not work there. Gosh damn it. That's see the problem. It's tough with these questions. There's so many damn units
we have to
in the game.
think about it.
Yeah, we have to think, guys. Why are you guys making us think? Gosh damn it.
Let me take a second to look at my DFFOO ROI sheet.
I'm thinking. Overrated. I can give context for one that's overrated based on a setup hype.
Okay, go for it.
I think Iroha's is overrated, especially when you put it in context of Snow BT is broken, because that setup is very impractical. Sure, it looks cool and it's very explosive if you could manage to get it set up correctly at the right moment, and it's not practical going into the Shinryu era. I think that's one example in context of an overrated LD. You're dead to 40. Yeah, that's one example I would say for an overrated
I'll say for underrated, I think Sabin was heavily underrated when he came out. I actually ended up using him for like a lot of different Bufenias that I wouldn't have been able to clear without him otherwise. I think he was pretty underrated. I'm trying to think. Honestly, I think like Science whole kit is underrated. Like everybody looks at his LD, but like he's kind of like a jack of all trades. Like he does a little bit of everything with his kit. You know, he cleanses, he dispels, he's defense ignoring. Like I really like his kit, and I think that you know, even though he's slow and it's a little bit clunky, you know, with how long it takes to charge the LD, like I've had so much fun with him with Rem, and just swapping and being able to use the LD. But yeah, I think the rest of his kit is underrated in terms of his utility.
A good one was brought up. An underrated LD is probably Maria. I agree.
Yes.
Maria is actually really good.
You just stole mine.
Yeah.
You stole mine. I quit. I'm done. I'm going home.
Gosh. Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding. All right, I'll pick someone else. No, I love Maria. I've been using her call often, even on JP. It's great. It's great. All right, I wonder if players will get mad for this one. Oh, I know the perfect underrated. All right, so the overrated for me, overrated LD, is Fang. I don't like it. I have her. I didn't have it on JP. I went for her on Global. I still don't like the damn thing. I hate the whole trickling down mechanic, and when you attack them, it goes down. Yes, you can time it. You can put it right before the enemy. I still hate it. What is it, like 3 turns, and then you smack the enemy, goes away. So I don't like it. It's weird. I don't know. Like Spoonie Bard, it was fun at the time, but now with his lullaby. But now that thing, just leave the damn thing on for turns. Don't make it trickle down. I know it's very powerful. You're right. The enemy's unable to act, whatever. But yeah, no, I don't like it. When it comes to underrated, all right, this is gonna be more fun for me. Sync, because once she gets her rework and all that wonderful stuff, she's gonna go and yell in the Tatsuki key. So beautiful. It's got the delays built into the kit. I've been using it now.
I also agree with that.
I swear, I've been running it on every single comp. She's always in there. But I know later on, she starts doing her follow-ups. She starts doing her Tatsuki key. So it's great. It's great. So, All right, so I think that is it for tonight's show, friends. That's it, right? We're good. There's nothing else you guys wanted to cover. No,
I think that's it.
all right.
That was, yeah.
All right, awesome. Now I did. All right, sorry. So that is it for tonight's show, friends. We greatly appreciate you guys joining us. Again, please let us know what you guys think on Twitter and our Discords about tonight's hot topics, especially the multi-draw tickets. We are curious to know what you guys think about it. Now, if my fellow hosts would please let our viewers know again where they may find you.
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch and Discord. I will never go on Twitter, much to the dismay of Lids and 40. Sorry, you guys can just send me all your favorite tweets. But thank you guys all for joining tonight. It was a lot of fun, and it helped, having you guys be so supportive and everything. Even though this is our first one without Jen. So yeah, but you can find me in all of those places.
You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and I've been using Instagram a little bit more often now too. Thank you guys again. Also, I just want to reiterate for how connected and rallied we were for the gem cap thing. Because honestly, without our voices being so vocal, they probably would have just dropped the gem cap and that was that. But we made a difference. They listened. They gave us a solution. And it really is a victory for us. But yeah, and one more thing that I do want to say is I want everybody in chat to say that Laharl is better than Adele.
Hold on, let me ban 40 right now. Fuck this shit, bro. Bro, that was a low blow right there. Gosh damn it. I'm gonna get you tomorrow. Watch Discord. Let's go. Lids, you can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube once I make a comeback. I did want to just throw out there that I'm going to be streaming after this show. I am going to stop it and I'll be making a comeback. It'll be a different game. So those of you that joined strictly for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Fireside Chat, we greatly appreciate it. That being said, friends, we greatly appreciate you joining us here tonight for our comeback stream, and we hope to see you guys next month. All right, so take care, friends.
Episode 20.
Ooh, exciting.
Exciting for Force Era. Bye, guys.
Take care, friends.
Take care, everybody.